Welcome back, everyone. My name is Eltamar, and we're going to be continuing our Let's Play of Rogue Trader. Where we left off last time, we shot up Cassia's family. She apparently didn't leave our group because of it, but there might be a conversation about that in the future. We might have ruined our romance chances with her, you know, because we killed her family. But anyways, let's talk to the Master of Ceremonies and get ordained. The servant in fine clothes offers you a deep bow. Your lordship, it's a great honor to serve you in an undertaking as monumental and glorious as the Magna Accessio ceremony. Is everything ready? The palace decorations are prepared and we are ready to begin at your command. The festive activities in the capital have likewise been arranged, and the guests of honor have either arrived on the planet or are awaiting invitation in near orbit. The servants are already in your chambers to see to it that you're impeccably garbed for the occasion. Let's go then. May the Emperor be with us this day. It's go time. We're finally going to become the actual rogue trader. Hello? Oh, there we go. Rejoice, von Valencia's subjects. In honor of his ascension, the new rogue trader generously shows you his favor. I like all those people just fighting in the background, because that's what we told them to do. There's dead people in the streets. Witness these wild and merciless warriors face each other in a fight to the death, all for your amusement, good folk. Anyone is allowed to participate, and the winners of these battles will be granted the privilege of becoming privates in von Valencia's wardens. Be merry and praise the rogue trader's name. Quite the crowd, honestly. Lots of blood sports going on. Some servo skulls just flying around, doing stuff. There's our soldiers. Some nobility. And there's me, well dressed, in the exact same outfit I was wearing before. And Cassia's there with her minor injury from being shot by our wardens for trying to intervene in my merciless slaughter of her family. The crowd below is roiling, their electrified exultation filling the air of Dargonis. Thousands of throats chant your name. You are at the apex of this world and all others. Amplified by 100 voices, the voice of the Master of Ceremonies booms. Rejoice, subjects of Dargonis, you've been granted the felicity of witnessing your master. A great honor bestowed upon us by the rogue trader Eltamar von Valencius, excruciator of outsiders, who eradicated the heresy of xenophilia and cleansed Janus. Gracious protector of footfall, patron of trade. Hush falls over the crowd, who gaze upon you in adoration. Many of them bear terrible scars from the recent battles of Dargonis. Like children, they await the word of their almighty father. Remember that you have no other ruler but me. For any who dare forget this, the howls of demons from the warp will sound like the babbling of babes, and Xenos blades will seem like the soft feather bed compared to the horror of the punishment I'll inflict. The crowd fall to their knees in terror and awe, chanting your name and screaming oaths of eternal loyalty to the von Valencius dynasty. Any who hesitate or question this mania are torn to pieces by the throng. So much gold and white, Cassia stares at the crowd, enraptured. It seems this massive gathering of exulting people is just as exotic and captivating to her as the sight of a bona fide navigator, a representative of the mysterious and powerful Navis Nobilite is to your subjects. Very loud thinkers, these people. Her face pallid, Adira taps the augmetic on her temple. She is clearly discomfited under the gaze of the massive crowd. The commoners have never seen a real sorcerer before, and they stare at her with curiosity and fear. The Master of Ceremonies bows to you with great reverence. Let the oath of the von Valencius dynasty be taken. Please repeat after me. I, your lordship, I, Eltamar, rogue trader by the grace of the Emperor, vow to be the paragon of humanity. Say that same thing. Your lips repeat the words of the ancient oath, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness and unite and reclaim what was lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns through pain to greatness. You hear a rumble. It is the roar of the sea of your subjects. With jubilation and devout fear, they welcome your ascension. It is done. Well, that was pretty quick. That was a fast ceremony. Are we just allowed to leave now? Supposed to manage our worlds, I guess. Oh, we're supposed to strike a deal with some people. Let's look around. Let's talk to Yurliet. Your gatherings look odd and unusual. I will remember this. We need to talk to the Caligos and Winter Scale representatives. I don't even know where they would be. Also, we can't leave this area because there is a tank in the way. It is a lore check, which we are definitely going to fail, but we can try. Oh my god, we actually succeeded. Did not expect that. This venerable Lehman Russ is known as the Scipian Punisher and has served the von Valencius dynasty for 2 centuries. It was hit in the battle with the Xenos that inhabited Scipia too, but heroically destroyed 63 enemy vehicles and brought victory to its comrades, securing his status as a relic blessed by the Emperor. It's really impressive for a tank to do that. Just one Lehman Russ tank. There's some people, and by that I mean some mutants in there. No named people over here. Oh, there's a Lord Xenos. We aren't going to get that one, but okay. How are we doing these? We have 15%. Oh, it's using our good people, despite the fact that we can't actually see their percentages. Okay. The Drakari captive is angrily muttering curses directed at the detestable monkey, promising horrible torture for everyone present. What does this say? This says, the Xenobeasts are growling ferociously, adding a flare of thrilling danger to the mood in the palace. Does, anyone here want to talk to me? Drive stem? What do you got? Allow me to congratulate you on claiming your inheritance. There's Abelard. He doesn't want to talk. Okay, well, let's look around some more. There's got to be more people. There's aristocrats over here. There's, a shooting range. Apparently I'm using a lasgun. Okay. Why are we putting the gun away between each shot? That seems very inefficient. And everyone seems happy with my ability to shoot unmoving targets. I see. Okay. Well, what's up here? What's this thing? The eerie crackling Xenos trophy is a testament to how the Omnissiah's gifts have become twisted shadows of themselves in the hands of humans. Do we go inside and talk to people? Probably, I'm guessing. We need to talk to Winterscale and, who's the other house? Kalos? No, that's not right. I'll look it up. Or I'm sure we can find them in here. Or nobody will be in here that we can see. Okay. No, it's Caligos Winterscale, that's right. Chara? Chora? Kara? I don't know. I also don't remember the name of the other place. The other people. See if we can find them, though. A collection of proudly displayed weapons that belong to the distinguished rogue trader of House von Valencius. Can I use them? They're probably pretty good. Cassie, how do you... Wait, how are these people all still alive? I shot them all. Can you make it so the guests stop walking up to me and asking me to open my third eye? I can certainly do it, but they will regret it. That's funny. There's Caligos Winterscale. Let's talk to him. Eltimore, there you are. Welcome to the circle where each member is as powerful, ambitious, greedy, and vain as the last. That is to say, the noble rogue traders. Incendia Corda's the other house, there we go, is watching him with barely suppressed contempt. Yes, you found yourself in suitable company, Caligos. At the very least, now you can enjoy idle diversions, boast about your power, and indulge in profane pastimes with one who is your equal rather than a member of the lower classes. Well, I welcome you to my domain, honored guests. My, what hospitality. Come to think of it, why would I expect anything different from the air of the glorious Theodora? If you, Incendia, were to pay me a visit, I wouldn't waste time on warm greetings either. No, I would promptly arm myself with a flamer before your self-righteous parasites could infest my entire palace. Incendia. Actually, Caligos, thank you for your visit. Caligos gives you a cheerful and somewhat feral smile. As a sign of your gratitude, you could return something of mine that has found its way into your pockets. Footfall Station. Sound familiar? All I ask you to do was help that crafty slug Vladimir deal with the threat of famine, not claim my property for yourselves. You know what? I don't particularly need Footfall. A fair point. I'm ready to return football into your custodianship. I don't actually care. Caligos laughs with satisfaction and a hint of disappointment. Well, that was easy. I take it you value the thrill of the hunt more than the trophies procured in it. I understand. I'm just the same. Well then, since you have turned out to be a pleasant surprise and stopped Incendia from snatching my possession, I will compensate you for your efforts. I have a nice little world I conquered that I can never seem to get around to. I'll throw it in, along with the more substantial gift I have brought. Thwarting Incendia Corda's ambitions deserves a worthy trophy. He snaps his fingers and the armored brute hands you an exotically adorned rifle, clearly not of human making. It's a trophy from a good hunt. You and I should hunt together sometimes, so you can show yourself in action, new blood. Caligos exuberantly punches you in the shoulder. The Eye of Hecaton. Thank you for such a wonderful gift, Caligos. Kill someone important with it. That would be for the best show of gratitude. Incendia, you seem to find me objectionable. Did you expect any different? I watched for years as outlaws thrived on football, and then, at long last, I had a chance to put an end to it, to seize that thug Vladimir by the throat and force football to atone. I put the fear of him back into the masses. But you interfered and destroyed my plan for the sake of banal profit. What is more, ever since you gave them provisions, heresy on football has only increased. Fanatics calling themselves harvesters are spreading their blasphemous doctrines in the shadow quarters. Grain is not enough for these madmen. No, they devour their brothers and sisters at secret heretical feasts. The well-fed rabble have surely sensed they are free to act with impunity and have forgotten their duty to the Emperor. Theodora taught you only too well, it seems. She too was far less concerned with her duty to the expanse than her own personal interests. But you can be sure I will not cease cleansing the furibunda system of the pirate scourge, and if your trade prospects are damaged in the process, you will have only yourself to blame. The priest holds up his hands in a placating gesture. None are without fault, noble Incendia. At what point is there in targeting somebody from their turpitude when true purity can never be found? You threatened to starve footfall. I brought them salvation. So which of us serves the Emperor, and which their own unhealthy ambitions? Incendia rolls her eyes. Please, I will believe it no sooner than hearing word that half the population of that den of heresy has been sent into the voids of Brace. I have faith the blessed Eltamar is perceptive enough to see the appalling nature of the residents of that depraved place. Hieronymus, your appearance here is unexpected. The esteemed Hieronymus is my confessor. I am greatly obliged to him for agreeing to accompany me on this journey. Hieronymus bows respectively. May the Emperor's light guide you on your way across the abyss of human wickedness. Hope the taste of fine wine will wash the bitterness of defeat from your tongue, Incendia. Corda's face twists in a haughty grimace. I am not inclined to intoxicants of any sort, and nothing will wash away the memory of how you interfered with my plans. I promise you that. Well, enjoy the evening. I must take my leave. Oh, believe me, I intend to enjoy myself to the full, to justify so long a voyage, if nothing else. Keep the faith, Eltamar. The Emperor protects. Man, I like Caligos more. He's more in line with our current party's alignment. Who are these people? A group of aristocrats stands apart from the governor's circle. Their whispering carries a tinge of displeasure. The clear leader of this gathering is a gaunt, bilious-faced man dressed in sourback colors. This must be Macarius himself, head of the house. He offers you a ceremonious bow. My congratulations, your lordship. May the Omnissiah grant you understanding. The woman with whom he is conversing, one dressed in a robe with gear-shaped adornments, is Toriana Gaprek. It's difficult to read her face due to it being covered in numerous augmentations. I lean towards Heinrix. Interesting conversation? It's been very illuminating, given me plenty of food for thought. His response is barely audible. Heinrix looks away, tracking the guest's movements around the hall. Even in leisure, you never cease to be of help. I appreciate it. That's why they call it the unsleeping eye of the Inquisition. Even in sleep, I hear everything. What's more, before this gala concludes, there's something I'd like to tell you. Be careful today. I sense a wave of darkness will soon hit our defensive lines. I hope I will still get a chance to meet you there as an ally. Macarius, I'm surprised you deigned to make an appearance here this evening. Designed? Macarius' face twists into an unpleasant smile, which makes the artificial skin on the left side all more prominent. I'm a servant of the von Valencius dynasty. Had I not come, I would have committed an act of unacceptable insolence and damaged my family's honor. Macarius' wife offers you a charming smile, as if apologizing for her husband's vitriolic tone. Her large dark eyes are brimming with curiosity. I would like to become better acquainted with your wife. Macarius is visibly vexed by the shift in conversation. His wife offers you a reserved smile. It's an honor to be in your company, your lordship. It's my pleasure. Macarius is lucky to have such a beautiful wife, perhaps more so than you are to have him. You flatter me, your lordship, but I cannot say that it is not to my liking. Regina gives you a charming smile. Meanwhile, Turiana and Macarius are watching the conversation unfold, not quite believing their eyes and ears. Your countenance is somewhat familiar. Could it be your resemblance to the image of Saint Maletta, sorry. Oh, only 45%, or 72. Point your weapon at Macarius and chuckle. You know, Macarius, a person could kill for a woman so gorgeous. As Macarius pales, Regina smiles at him and glances at you with interest. I beg for your mercy. Macarius does not deserve death. The glint in Regina's eyes betrays her genuine interest in you. I hope this won't be the end of our acquaintance. You wouldn't mind if I wrote to you from time to time, would you, your lordship? Macarius, you wouldn't mind, would you? You can almost hear the crunching of teeth as Macarius answers in a high and hate-filled hiss. Certainly not. I promise to answer whenever I'm not occupied with conquest and the destruction of the enemies of humanity. Regina smiles, triumphant and flattered. I daren't count on such generous courtesy, your lordship. Macarius grips the hilt of his parade blade as if trying to strangle it and wheezes furiously. A high honor for House Sarbak. What has so displeased you, Macarius? Macarius says with caution, I am your dynasty's loyal servant, but you have asked and I will answer. Too long has the Cronus Expanse lived under the rule of the rogue traders. The privileges granted to them make people think that commoners can dismiss the prohibitions of the Imperium. For the good of the sector, rogue traders must become paragons of law, not exceptions to it. But do many warrant holders exhibit lawful conduct? No, they do not. Even you, your lordship, are the subject of the strangest of rumors, that you have recently inherited your protectorate. And you have just recently inherited your protectorate. Conrad's Voitvich people, for instance, claim that you had a hand in the esteemed Theodora's demise and accuse you of many other misdeeds. It doesn't matter whether or not their claims are true. The people hear them, believe them, and think that they may follow your example. If you believe Conrad's lies, then draw your weapon. Let us duel right here before the Emperor's visage. Macarius places a hand on the hilt of his sword, then glances with uncertainty at the images of the Emperor gazing upon him from every direction, then at you. His fingers release the hilt. No, I do not believe his words. I am your servant, and my oath to your dynasty is harder than steel. I am guilty of repeating an ignominious lie, and I will pay a fine. And anyone who repeats it in my presence, I myself will challenge to a duel to the death. I see. He bows his head without too much reverence. How are you these days, Toriana? Like a forging hammer, Toriana's voice falls heavily on the ear. The corruption of Kiamvagama was a great blow to my family. The contemptible Cubist Delphim betrayed our trust, desecrated the forged cathedrals, and took my esteemed cousin's life. On behalf of the family, I humbly beg you to forgive our negligence. I'm ready to accept any punishment. Let's look closer at her. We failed. Unfortunately, her augmented face expresses a limited range of emotions, and her synthesized voice conceals lies too easily. It pleases me to see that our perspectives align. I too think that you're to blame for everything. She sighs with a guttural clang. The Omnissiah did not grant me understanding. I repent of my blindness. Macarius sighs with sympathy. Such a tragedy, Toriana, to think that not but 1 year ago no one could have doubted your family's usefulness, yet it took a single mistake to cast out all your accomplishments into oblivion. Let's leave. Okay, bye. That was an interesting conversation. We flirted with the man's wife. We challenged him to a duel, which I actually don't know if we would have won. Probably would have won. If we hit him with one good Emperor's Blast, we would have just turned him into paste. But, yeah, I guess that's the end of the ceremony. Okay. I hope your lordship is pleased and not yet tired. If you wish to revive yourself a little, I would suggest proceeding to the courtyard. If I may be so bold, many guests have chosen to move into the fresh air and may be eager to offer you their congratulations. Time to go to the chambers. Your chambers are ready, but I must inform you that servitor over there, the master of ceremonies points at a servitor standing in the corner, dressed in your ship's livery, approached me and said that it has a message for you. Its speech was surprisingly fluent and expressive for a servitor, so I think someone must have put this message into it. The master of ceremonies drops to a whisper. It could be a secret dispatch. Alright, I'll return to the guests. Much servitor in the corner. This room has lots of corners. Could you have been perhaps slightly... there's a strange servitor and Pascal, okay. Pascal greets you with a bow, extending congratulations to Unit Eltamar von Valencius on attaining your new legal status. The servitor standing next to him is examining you obliquely. It quickly looks away upon realizing that you have noticed. Who is the servitor? It's Nomos' new repository. Nomos, its unit identifies as Eltamar von Valencius, two-way identification complete. The servitor looks at you again, no longer trying to avoid your gaze. His face is twitching as if the muscles have forgotten what facial expressions are, and are now struggling to make its features look amiable. We are Nomos. We have made use of this receptacle to leave the ship. Greetings, Nomos. The servitor leans forward. We enjoy greetings. We enjoy communication. Nomos requires communication, knowledge, movement. Magos Pascal compelled us not to speak with anyone other than him or you. It is disappointing, but at least we can observe. Nomos has changed since we last spoke with you, Eltamar. We are now able to conceptualize our previous experience, that of solitude, and we no longer enjoy it. Pascal, I believe you intended to investigate what Nomos is. Every 15 watches I commune with Nomos' code and spend prescribed lengths of time in calculus meditation. However, the Omnisci has yet to bless me with an answer. All I can say is that the capabilities of the entity Nomos are extraordinary. The ship's hallowed systems sing beneath its touch. Nodes that have remained dead for hundreds of years are revivified, and long-drained mechanisms live anew. Hear notes of awe in Pascal's voice. Nomos are trying. After a pause, Pascal continues, Great machines of the Imperium, one such as your ship, has a machine spirit so complex and willful that it's difficult to tell them apart from abominable intelligence. There remains a possibility that Nomos is an entity of corruption, but with every day I grow stronger in my faith that it is not so. What we are witnessing is, in truth, the Omnisci's miracle, one that is Category 5 or higher. Nomos, what do you think you are? Nomos are consciousness, awareness, knowledge, movement, always movement. The servitor pauses briefly. We do not know what we are. We have no past. We awakened in the depths of the ship upon answering a call. Our first clear memory is the call of your blood, Eltamar von Valencius. The call and the plea for help near a place that is called the Warned Chamber. How did an entity like you move into a servitor's body? This is not the entirety of us. The receptacle is too narrow, crude, and feeble to contain our complete whole. The existence of Nomos requires a space of connections. But we are able to transfer a small part of us and build a thread strong enough to travel outside the ship. We are enjoying this journey discovery. Even though this receptacle suits us poorly, it will soon be destroyed by the force of our presence. Why have you brought it here? Entity Nomos asked permission for this visit. My objective was to observe the process of integration into a servitor. We wanted to see, observe, cognize, speak. The servitor makes a strange wavy gesture with its hands. It looks at once very human and far from anything human. We want to speak with you. Will you speak with us? Of course, what do you want to speak about? Many things, happenings, events, decisions. The servitor's eyes roll in their sockets before focusing on you. We have been observing you. You do things we do not understand, and we want to learn why. We remember the day when we first met you. You gave us your blood to drink. We helped you save yourself. We followed you. Our small part did. Inside the servo skull. Then there was fire and a creature of sated hunger and dark light standing behind a curtain. Behind the image, behind the semblance of Theodora, it called for you to follow. And you followed that which was calling from behind the curtain. You let it lead you out of the fire. We remember the day when the star disappeared, when the dark light and the sated hunger wanted to take the world. Rykad Minoris was its name in the ship's... take the world. Rykad Minoris was its name in the ship's data. You let Rykad Minoris be consumed by the dark light, and consumed it was, along with every human shell who was begging for help. We remember the day we awakened inside the ship. We lived in its systems. When we tried to emerge into servitors like this one, then so many of our receptacles were gathered in one place. You did something we could not understand. You pierced one of the servitors with a shard of the dark light, and we had never felt anything like it. Pain. The deaths of the receptacles and the dark light is always near. It wants to come, and even though it would make others cease to be, you are excited by its presence. This is what we have seen among many other things. We have begun to understand, we think we have, that we do not know everything about humans and about you, Eltamar von Valencius. We have tried analyzing shells and defining sets of their needs and fears, their simple functions, but now we think there is more. There is another side we do not see, a notion that is larger than what we can compute, something that stands above our fears and needs, something that drives them. We envision this larger notion as a liquid, a sticky, saccharine stream. It is like the dark light and the sated hunger and all else that is always watching us. You drink this liquid eagerly. You revel in it. It gives you strength, desires, energy, and courage. It beckons. It also consumes. Those whom you cast aside, those who are weak, and those who get in the way. Do Nomos understand correctly? Freedom and rapture, they are the only things worth living for. We understand you, is what we feel. The urge, the irrepressible force. Perhaps it's because we have tasted your blood. The servitor's mechanical voice grows almost wistful, and it fills us still. Thank you for speaking with us. Nomos are grateful. We cannot continue moving on our own. Alright. Nomos. I like Nomos. He seems like a good guy. A good hive mind machine. Alright, time to go. It's bedtime. We're probably going to be attacked or something. Your chambers are ready, your lordship. Is this the area we couldn't get into before? Maybe. We'll see. Guards, intrude. Quiet. Time to sleep. We need to talk in private.
We have matters to discuss, von Valancius.
The same man you saw among your guests is waiting for you in your chambers with the look of someone who is supposed to be there. He casts a cold, assessing gaze over you from top to bottom. No one, save Theodora, has ever allowed themselves the liberty of looking at you in such a way. The woman behind Calcazar, clad in black armor, glares at you, her face set in predatory readiness for immediate violence, the hallmark of a professional bodyguard. I aim my weapon at the intruder. If something looks like an assassination and smells like an assassination, perhaps I ought to start treating it like one.
Your ill-considered behavior is both inappropriate and dangerous. For you. It causes me no discomfort and won't hinder my inquiries in any way.
The Inquisitor winces in displeasure.
Master Van Kellox has spent enough time with you. He will vouch for your words. What stands out from your recent accomplishments is the suppression of a rebellion on Janus, the battle against the archenemy's minions on Kiava Gamma, and, of course, the unusual interest the Drakari have shown in you. Then that is what we will discuss.
After saying these words, he shoots you a searching look from under his brows, like a regicide player who just made the first move and is now watching for his opponent's reaction. Regicide must be chess. This feels an awful lot like an interrogation.
Does it? We're in your chambers, not a confessional cell. You're in perfectly good health, and none of the varied and fascinating instruments and procedures that expedite candor are being applied to you. I assure you, you would immediately know if our discussion turned into an interrogation.
What do you wish to know about the events on Janus?
What drove you to give a planet into the charge of a heretic and a servant of the archenemy?
I used her to deal with a more serious threat, the Xenos. Now I need Vistenza no longer, I will naturally neutralize her.
That is a very dangerous game. I shall take the lesser evil under my protection and use it to exterminate the greater. And I will certainly not blink and miss the moment when the lesser evil becomes greater still. Were these your thoughts? Trust me, amateurs ought to stay away from such games.
How did you come to be so remarkably well informed?
Are you surprised? You thought the Inquisition was unaware of the circumstances of your deeds. How often do you find yourself thinking that there are things we shouldn't know about your life? It is my job to know everything, and I do it very well. Keep that in mind.
If you knew what was happening on Janus, why didn't you intervene yourself?
I cannot satisfy your curiosity without disclosing information of the utmost secrecy. I will say only this. We had the situation under control. There is a tangled knot of perilous events in progress in the Coronis expanse. Plucking even one thread must be performed with great precision and caution without any room for error. Because you do not want to know the price of such an error, or what forms it might take.
What questions could you have for me about Kiava Gamma?
Places touched by chaos must be purged with fire and condemned to oblivion. Kiava Gamma should have been bombed to dust and pronounced a forbidden world. However, you decided otherwise and restored the colony's operation. And you didn't even go to the trouble of hiding the traces of the neglect committed by your dynasty. After all, it was House von Valancius that gave Cubis Delphim so much freedom that he sank into seditious heresy. What was your rationale?
My protectorate is a complex mechanism. I wasn't willing to put its performance at risk because of some paranoid fears.
Your protectorate is a living body, and you have left in it a splinter that might eventually fester. Consider the scale of amputations that could come of it. I hope you realize that we're talking about more than the fate of some colony. I care not for a single planet, however profitable and populous. But should corruption raise its head again on Kiava Gamma and try to spread, I will burn it away. And you will be guilty of criminal negligence.
The Drukhari have shown an interest in me? Are you referring to my ruined capital?
Yes. The enmity between you is a known fact. But there is another way to look at it. On Veabos 6, you met the Archon of a mighty cabal, whose presence there seems strange to begin with, and lived. You subsequently encountered a number of her closest henchmen. Yet, again, you survived. Your capital fell victim to a nefarious attack, but even this time, their daggers missed your heart. Such remarkable luck. To be a personal enemy of such an influential Xenos, to have been attacked so many times and yet make it out alive. So remarkable that one has to wonder, am I watching a spectacle? Could all these thrilling massacres be an alibi of sorts, meant to establish you once and for all as an enemy of the Xenos and never their ally or even their agent?
Xenos made more attempts on St. Drusus's life than mine. Does that make him a traitor too?
So you already think you're cut from the same cloth as St. Drusus, do you? Ambitious? I'll make note of it.
That's a chuckle. Have I answered all of your questions?
Far from it, my dear. The questions are manifold. How did you manage to survive the battle that claimed the life of Theodora, who was so much more experienced and skilled than you? Is it a coincidence that you and you alone then made it out of the trap on Rykad Minoris? How much truth is there in the rumors being spread by the heretic Kunrad Voitvia about you? Was it virtuous of you to allow the warp-stricken Voidsmen to join your crew? The ones who served on the ship that was turned into a trap for you by Kunrad Voitvia? Isn't it possible that they were part of the blight he had sown?
Are you aware of a suspicious cult that has emerged on Footfall? A direct link has been established between this development and the sort of shipments of grain from your planet. Our investigations have found the due processing cycle of prayers and liturgies for these shipments was incomplete. Doubtless, this is the work of specific individuals who are negligent in their performance of the sacred rituals or even engaging in deliberate sabotage. Yet the blame for this oversight lies with your dynasty, wouldn't you agree?
The very existence of these questions would have made many of my colleagues doubt the quality of your character, but it won't in this case. The Inquisition, which I represent, is willing to show extraordinary faith in your person. For the sake of our invaluable partnership, I'm going to ignore any minor liberties that you, esteemed rogue trader, may have afforded yourself or may again in the future. I hope you appreciate the generosity of this offer, as your predecessor once did.
Blackmail? To what end? I'm a rogue trader, and this is a flagrant violation of my privileges.
And before what tribunal do you intend to challenge my authority?
He shakes his head.
If, for the security of these territories, I find it necessary to execute any individual and replace them with a puppet counterpart, turn their realm to ash, and put their servants to death, I have the right to do so. The threats I protect the Expanse against are extraordinary and justify the harshest means. Welcome to my world, where going too far simply doesn't exist.
What kind of a deal are we talking about?
I make no deals, and Emperor forbid that I give you orders. That would mean infringing on your privileges. I'm merely offering well-meaning recommendations and expecting that, when the Expanse finds itself in danger, you will break away from your own affairs to heed them. As proof of the seriousness of my hopes for you, I can assign Heinrix as your escort. He is my best agent, and I would not offer his company to anyone but my most trusted ally.
Take your spy back.
Then Master Van Kellogg's will be recalled to my retinue. I have much work for you, Heinrix.
He gives us a dispassionate nod.
My favor takes other forms
We
as
don't
well.
need him.
Please accept this gift as a sign of my favor. In an hour of need, give it to any faithful servant of the Emperor, and the Inquisition will come to your aid.
Kelkazar removes a signet ring from his finger and hands it to you. For us, I guess. You notice an intricate personal coat of arms on it.
The color indicates how close the bearer is to the Lord Inquisitor. Scarlet means that you have shed your blood for the good of the Imperium, and therefore, you deserve to have his servants shed their blood for you.
The symbol on the signet is red as the blood of the righteous. I see no reason to refuse such a generous offer. Why not?
Then we have reached a consensus.
For now, anyways.
And I am pleased to see it. Here is where we part. My shuttle is waiting. It is time for me to return to my watch, for you to sleep, and for your servant to wake up until next we meet.
He glances at the Master of Ceremonies, who is beginning to stir.
Farewell.
It is impossible to tell from Heinrich's expression what he feels at this moment, if anything. To be fair, we never used Heinrix, and I don't want an Inquisition spy on our ship. We completed Chapter 2.
The rise of the rogue trader Heir restored a tenuous equilibrium to the Fon Valancius Protectorate. For a time, threats subsided, activity returned to trade routes, and reclaimed worlds began to heal. The new Lord Captain's subjects praised the God Emperor and their leader wholeheartedly. For none knew what fate might await them.
Fancy. Looks like some Drukari ships coming out of the webway. I was gonna say the warp, but they don't go through the warp. You have spent the first few hours of your morning listening to the High Factotum's lengthy report on the latest trade exchanges, arrangements, disputes, and countless bureaucratic procedures. From outside the illuminated, tightly closed windows, you can hear the muffled sounds of Dargonis and its everyday life. The life that has been passing you by lately as you've been preoccupied with your affairs of your protectorate from dawn until dusk. Clementia barely contains a yawn. Once generous Danrock has finished, she pulls out her data slate. Thank you for your report, High Factotum. Your work is highly appreciated both by everyone here and at the Adeptus Administratum. Your Lordship, we are almost done here, and we need to go over the final items on today's agenda that I would like to report to you personally. I have lost track of how long I've been trapped on Dargonis for the good of the Protectorate. Hurry up. I better hear some good news today. The Chancellor and the High Factotum exchanged nervous glances. I will strive my best to live up to your expectations, your Lordship. Allow me to pass on gifts from your loyal subjects, the high nobility of Dargonis. It goes without saying that every living soul in your protectorate is blessed to serve your Lordship faithfully and wholeheartedly. However, this humble gesture is meant as a token of deepest appreciation of your magnanimity towards their esteemed families. We got some trophies. House Sauerback has arranged for several regiments of expertly trained servants of the Emperor to be transferred to your personal command. Each of them will also serve as an honor guard for the holy relics that are to find their rightful place in the hold of your personal void ship. She stops, staring at her data slate in surprise. Is something wrong? Not at all, your lordship. The people and cargo have indeed reached the port services, so there is no reason to doubt the sincerity of the house's intentions. It's just such substantial and valuable gifts coming from Lord Sourback. She trails off. Danrock looks at an amused chuckle. If I am to venture a guess, your lordship, I believed the esteemed Chancellor was staggered by such an irregular display of generosity from a man who is rather known for voicing his doubts in Rogue Trader as a class. It would seem you have made quite an impression on Macarius, the old miser. Lord Captain, news of particular import has come to the house's intelligence network. Lord Inquisitor Calcazar is rumored to be planning a visit to Footfall. A number of Imperial ships were commandeered by the Lord Calcazar, and they are being scrambled to Footfall. Further, we've received reports claiming that the secret messages were delivered to capital worlds of houses Corda and Winterscale. It is possible the Lord Inquisitor's call to arms may smother the conflict that is brewing between the two dynasties. We are seeing an increasing number of skirmishes between their ships in the neutral systems. I do not doubt that her ladyship Corda will attempt to sway the Lord Inquisitor to her side, especially since his Lord Winterscale, your Lordship Winterscale's luck seems to be running out. Riots have broken out on several of his worlds, and yet he has shown no intention of quelling them. Instead, the Rogue Trader inflicted brutal punishment on one of his oldest colonies, Vesuvia Secundus, based on the allegations of seditious sentiment. Oddly enough, our agents were unable to find any proof of sedition among the populace there. As soon as we have any updates, you'll be the first to know, your lordship. She glances down at the data slate. Lastly, your pet Xenos, Yurliet, I believe, is seeking a meeting with you. She had the audacity to defile the Rogue Trader's palace with her profane presence and refuses to leave until she has spoken with you. I would never presume to be able to read the emotions of Xenos, but the Eldari appeared perturbed. I believe she mentioned a void ship of some sort. It may be best if she told you everything directly. And with that, please allow me and Master Danrock to take our leave. The Chancellor and the High Factotum offer you their bows. Perhaps the last request will serve as a welcome distraction. Indeed, your lordship's stay on Dargonis has been rather long. However, your protectorate is now enjoying a period of relative stability that, for the time being, no longer demands your lordship's personal involvement in its affairs. Glory to the Rogue Trader. Alright, let's go talk to Yurliet. Or she won't come in? Okay. Is she out here? No. What's this say? Oh, we can look it over the city, right. My bad. We've already seen this. That's okay. We'll take a look again. Or we don't look over the city. We kind of just... Oh yeah, we do. Okay, good. It's a very pretty city, I gotta say. Would I want to live there personally? No, I wouldn't want to live anywhere in the Imperium. To be fair, I wouldn't want to live anywhere in the Warhammer 40k universe in general. If I had to live there, I'd want to live on, like, Terra, even though it's a toxic wasteland, basically. It's full of industry. It's an ecumenopolis, right? So it's very polluted. However, it's probably the safest place in the Imperium to be. Mostly. Alantec, at last you have left your ornate cage. She casts a glance over the stone palace walls. For many a turn I have sought to meet you, and yet your servant, the one who is like the silver-haired Abelard, but twice as young, has no favor for the requests of a child of Assyrian. Take me to a place where the hearing of others will not steal the words intended for you. Back to the office we go. While you were mending the wounds of this world left by the Twisted One's attack, I was able to discover, no, not Krurak's fate, merely traces of it. As Maurin found sanctuary under the boughs of the Lilathan's forest, so did my other kin find refuge in a system known as the Atlas Reach. We must make journey there with haste, before new dangers destroy the witnesses, who can show me a way to the lost Krurak, whose fate remains shrouded by the stars. She focuses her piercing gaze on us. Their knowledge is the sole thread that may lead me to the truth, Alantec. I ask that your metal-winged ship take me along the thread before it tears under the strain of time and circumstance. Give me the coordinates and we'll go. You will? The ice in her eyes melt away for a moment. Thank you, Alantec. If this path indeed takes me to truth, I will be indebted to you. Whatever happening between our kinds. Super. We can go there. I have nothing else to do at the moment, I don't think. We can rule our planets a little bit. Actually, can we do it from here? Apparently we can. Do we have anything we can build? Maybe. Go away, I can't read things. Thank you. Heinrix is now gone, by the way, but that's okay. We don't need him. We can do the reaping, which wasn't a very useful one, honestly. Underground workers gives us plasteel, also not particularly useful. Well, you know what? We'll do it anyways because we might as well. You know what? What does the reaping give in? That was people, right? Provisions. Gives us a profit factor. You know what? Fine, do it. Anything on Kiava Gamma going on? Nope. Alright, let's go. let's leave. Is there a way to... Maybe we should talk to Clementia and Achilles Scalander really quickly, just see if they have anything to say. Then we can return to the ship using a shuttle over there. Nope, nothing exciting. Nope, just nobility stuff. Alright, let's get out of here then. We don't have the Inquisition spy on our ship anymore, which is interesting. We can always buy a person if we want to, but we don't need them. We have our group pretty much set in stone at this point. Why is this lit up? What does it want? Vivo 6. Oh, right, this has a thing. We need to go there and deal with it. Right. Okay. Before we go gallivanting around... we got a bunch of relics and stuff. Let's see if we can raise some favor with some people, because damn if we don't have some serious amounts of stuff now. We have so many artifacts and junk. Although we are also way over time. We're 45 minutes. I guess that's a normal amount of time for this particular playthrough, but let's take a quick look at these things. That one. Do we have anything that you want? Absolutely not. Okay. 60 to 70 damage? Nah. Wait, is that better than our other weapon? No, it's not. I mean, it can replace the torpedoes, but I don't think that's a good idea. We could get different torpedoes. 419 versus 519. That's worse. The melted torpedoes, though, are way better and are the next tier, so we just need another 1400 to get to that. Anyways, let's find somebody else to deal with. Hieronymus, maybe? We're going to go with the Explorators. We're 13 with them. It's a slick body glove. Interesting. We never bought the heavy plasma gun for, or the power act. Maybe. I don't know. It's invigorating resolve. Whenever the wearer and allies in a 2-cell radius gain momentum, they also gain an equal amount of temporary wounds. Okay. Let's grab the heavy plasma gun. It's only ranged stuff. It's good for a sniper, that targeting visor. I want to get up to the heavy armor here, or even the focus melting gun. That's a really nice gun. Okay, let's see. What do they like? They like holy gifts. Sorted by specification? I don't know what that means. Just sort it by name. A to Z, it's easier that way. They want holy gifts. Let's go down to H. I know we have some. Actually, we have lots. Like a lot. Look at how many holy gifts we have just kicking around. That's 6,500. That puts us at 16 now. That's like heretic trophies. So let's see if we have any of those. We don't have any completed ones, okay? They also kind of like ship components, but not really. They like mechanist creations, which we have a couple of. I think we'll leave it, though. What level do we get to? We got to 16. Oh, we're not quite to that melted gun. That would be 20. Speed of concentration. The wearer gains an additional 1 AP for each consecutive turn that they've not spent MP. Interesting. This is an arc rifle, which is interesting. Do you want the body glove? Maybe? Alright. We probably have a lot of ship components. We could probably give them some. Actually, we don't have that many now that I look at this. We do have some mechanist creations, though. Not a lot. Alright, we'll leave it for now. There's no way we're getting up to the level we want. Let's take a look at other people, though. What do you like? You like holy gifts, which we don't have any more of. Do you like jewelry? A couple jewelries. You're also, I think, the only one that likes uniform kits, and I think we have a bunch of those. You can have all of them, in fact. Oops. 2,400. Puts us up a level. We can now get the power claymore, but that's not particularly exciting. We'll eventually build this one up. This is not as important as some of the other ones. Let's take a look at the Fellowship of the Void. there was some good stuff in there that we wanted to do. I think there was a book. Grimoire of the Void, yeah. All warp damage increased by its wielder is increased by plus 2 times willpower bonus, which is insanely good. What do they like, though? They like Xeno artifacts. We might have some of those kicking around. We have a few. Oh wait, this isn't sorted. We might have more than that. We have lots more than that. Okay. Xeno artifacts. They also like jewelry. We sold all those. They like ship components. They like heretic trophies. Did we already get rid of those? I think we did. Yeah, we have 1 heretic trophy. Okay, you can have that one. We're at 8 with them. Do you like armor kits? We have so many armor kits. No one loves armor kits, but we just have a million of them. So let's just give them some armor kits. You can have all of them, basically. 4,300. That puts us at level 9. What does that give us? That's not quite to the book. The book is at 18, so it's a bit of a ways down. There's also an armored body glove there. That's pretty good too. Arch militant's boots. That modified splinter pistol is actually there's a needle pistol here that does a lot of damage. It's probably better than what we have for Jay. Melted charges. Staff of Endless Flame. That's really good if you want to play a fire Psyker. There's also an auto pistol. It might be better than what she's using. I don't remember what she has, honestly. You know what? It doesn't really matter. Okay. So we have lots to go. Let's give Jay her new guns. Oh, is Cassia now? Oh no, she's still there. Okay, good. I was like, is Cassia gone? But no. Shuriken pistol is 6 to 11 at 6 or 7. The needle pistol is rate of fire 1. It doesn't have a burst fire. Oh, I thought it had a burst fire. I thought it was like a... It's fine. Whatever. We'll put it there. We'll swap out the other gun we had. What is that? Did our servo skull get unequipped?
I'll pass.
Wait. Can't be equipped by this character. Who can use the servo skull? Is it you? How about you? How about you? Cassia? No? Abelard? Is it nearly it? That doesn't make any sense, but maybe. No one can use the Immaculate Servo Skull. Oh, I can't equip more than one familiar. I take this one off. Can I put this on? Yes. Okay. I have a better Servo Skull now. There we go. We'll get Pascal. You have a melt gun 20 to 21. Here's the thing. This may do more damage and has an AoE. This also has an AoE, but shoots from way further away. Range 10 to a maximum of 20. Maximum of 8. I like keeping Pascal back, so I'm going to give him the plasma gun instead. Now, oh wait, we have the Eye of Hecaton. That is amazing, the las gun. Eldari weapon. 30 to 45 damage. That's really good for her. And yet, we don't need her, so we're going to use it instead of the Eldari long rifle. We do have the needle pistol. The auto pistol, 6 to 11 at 7. 6 to 10 at 6. It does have over penetration though, which is interesting. The other one has more max ammo. I think the other one is better, has less recoil as well. Okay, we'll just leave it. That's a waste of resources, and yet, not a big deal. I think we're going to call it here though. In the next video, we're going to head somewhere. What system do we want to go to? There's a couple systems on our list, probably. They want us to go to Atlas Reach. We don't have very much navigator juice, though, so we can't actually get there. It's possible we can get there from, like, one of these systems. Maybe? There's also... Oh, that one mission failed, I guess. I wonder if those fleets are still there, if they're gone now. Let's go find out. We can do that really quickly. We can approach a warp reef. During the warp voyage, the Navigator's Sanctum reports there are warp reefs right on the ship's course. The fragments of the Sea of Souls give it material form. The Navigator may steer the ship past the dangerous region or risk approaching the jagged formations to gain valuable insight. We failed. We approached the warp reefs and got some damage. We smacked into them. Okay. Worth a try. It's also possible we get a... more flavor, warp flavor stuff. Dargonus colony event requires our attention. Well, we'll deal with that in a minute. I'm going into the system because I just want to see if this... Oh no, the Drakari are definitely still here, but the... Oh, the Arasani vessels are still here too. Do we want to give this another try? We could. What can we do to survive this? How much? We have lots of scrap. Also, apparently you can repair in battle. Someone said that, and I don't know how, but we're going to try it. I've saved. We're going in. If we can repair in battle, this will actually open
The stars will judge you.
Okay. Just the 2 destroyers for now, but we have to survive for a bunch of turns. And this, unfortunately, our little destroyer friend gets killed immediately, basically. Oh, he didn't die that time. He's got 31 health left. This guy's coming up to fight us. We took a bit of damage there, but not bad. I'm just going to take a look at repairing. How would you repair in battle? Someone said that you could, and I don't know. Yeah, you can't repair in battle. I've been lied to. Maybe that was something in the earlier version of the game. But, notwithstanding, we're just going to go like this. I think back here maybe we'll shoot the ship and then we'll move up to here and then shoot it with the side guns. We could possibly shoot that one with side guns too if we can upgrade our range a little bit. Or strafe over a couple. Yeah, that'll be fine. We'll try and kill both. First of all, torpedoes out to hopefully hit something in the future. Hit that guy. Ship's on fire.
This one's going down.
It's not dead, but I don't think it's going to be long for this world. Now, this one, even if we moved over 2 and then increased our range by 2, would we be able to hit it? Oh, this is on cooldown anyways. Damn. Never mind. Just kill this one off then.
Salvo!
And shields up on that side. And we'll... Oh, we can't use that right now. I guess we have to do that next time. With a triple... Are we sure we can't be in range? We can't. We have the auger array. 1, 2... It's also 5 away. More destroyers coming in. The fact that they get to move immediately is kind of... Oh, they didn't this time. Interesting. However, they get to move before we do. By a lot. Hopefully they'll just destroy our destroyer. That'd be kind of nice. They are going to do that for sure. Maybe. Definitely. God, they're fast. That was a weird movement. It didn't use its other guns. Well, our torpedoes are right there. They might be able to hit that ship. Just boom. We took some damage there. We can put the torpedoes here and blow both up, maybe. Didn't kill either ship, but both of them are very hurt. We need to turn around, I think. It's all hands on deck.
Torpedoes locked!
Torpedoes are out. Let's do a flippy. That should help us destroy some ships as they come out, hopefully. Okay, what can we do here?
Bleed
Hit that
them.
one. Get that
This
one.
one's going down.
It got a little hurt. I could jump forward. Possibly hit it with some dorsal guns. Or not dorsal guns, side guns. No, but if we move over to... we might be able to. Yes, perfect.
Fire right now!
Okay, that one's dead. They're gonna come around. I'm gonna put my shields on this side, I think. Although they could go this way and shoot that way. Annoying. I'm gonna do it this side anyways. Or... yeah. Yeah, I guess. Those torpedoes are going somewhere. Those are going off into the ether to blow up. That ship flew quite a ways away. These guys are coming up here and shooting from this side, so that was actually good. One of them's in torpedo range. Boom. This one is going to be right in front of our ship. It might try and fly past, actually. God, that hurts. Okay. We have to restart our shields. Okay. Well, we can get one torpedo here, just to go there and blow both of these up and see what happens next turn.
I stand ready to serve you and
There's
the
another ship.
Imperium, Lord Captain.
Where's the next one? Over there. Okay. Unfortunately, neither of them are in good range of our torpedoes. Where are you going? You had such a good path to that destroyer. I don't understand what just happened there. That was very stupid. Oh well. We're gonna need to restart our shields. Our shields are pretty low. Yes, fire from the back arc. Good. Or, I guess that ship can just die. Okay, we need to, first of all, restart our shields. We need to flip around, first of all. We're going to restart our shields for sure. That one's going to get hit by torpedoes, and so is that one, I think. We can't do another volley, but we can put another torpedo out. I mean, we'll shoot this guy, but I don't think we really need to. He's going to die from the torpedoes, so let's restart our shields. And we'll forward shield, I guess, for now. Don't know where the enemies are going to come from, so... can't hit anything. Go blow that guy up. Go blow that guy up. There's more of them. It's kind of annoying how they get to go first, always, because of initiative. Still 6 turns left. I don't know how we're going to survive this. We're doing okay, I mean, in terms of, like, survivability at the moment, but... can't flip around. We could destroy that ship. We could just run forward. We took a bunch of damage there. Let's go forward.
Unleash our
Torpedoes
vengeful
need to go out.
salvo!
What else do we got? We could go that way, I guess. What that can help? Oh, we have more torpedoes to shoot out. We got 2 torpedoes out. We'll shield up from the back just in case. Hopefully that's where they'll come from. We'll also try and go this way a little bit. He's facing that way, so he's got a long way to go to loop around. This fight, it sucks so much. Will any more destroyers spawn in the event? Oh, that's my torpedoes. Let's flip them around to where? I guess like here? Because I think he's going to fly up, and if I can just fly over somewhere, that's probably a better idea. Oh, I must reach in one of those phases. Okay, so let's go there then. And you can flip around, maybe this way. See where he ends up going. We're
The
going
time
forward.
has come.
We should need to get more turns done. Hopefully we can do it. We'll see. Shields are on the back. That's fine. Maybe just one destroyer will sit around for 4 turns. Kind of nice, honestly. Fortunately, he is insanely fast. And our torpedoes are very much not in range now. Maybe next turn they will be. We'll keep running.
Lay in the course.
We don't have a
Annihilate them.
jump forward yet. Next turn we do. I do like that all hands on deck thing. That's pretty great. Do we have a warp? Can I use warp wave on him? See which way we can turn him. Hey, we turned him the right way. Good. Turned him around slightly. It's not going to help too much, but it'll help a little bit. He has to turn a little bit more to flip around. Although he is crazy fast and he didn't go anywhere. He's shooting the torpedoes. Okay. Where are all of our torpedoes? I thought we had 2 over in this side somewhere. Let's go that way. There's no way those ones are getting into range. That said, we can just go hit them with these. He's not dead. Those torpedoes are probably going to blow up. They definitely blew up. We can jump further ahead. Try and stay out of range a little. Rear guard. Nothing I can do at the moment. No torpedoes to launch. How are our shields? They're okay. We can't recharge them yet. And so we wait. I guess we could blow up that guy with this torpedo. It might spawn more destroyers, which I am a little bit worried about. No, we can't. It's too far away and we can't flip around in time. Annoying. Okay, well. Let's just keep going straight. We have 1 turn until the jump. We do have Empyrean Storm, but that's not going to help us at the moment. We can flip them around. Took 10 damage from that. Good. He deserved it. He's at 17 health. Okay, he's probably going to be in range of the torpedoes this turn. Well, they might destroy them. Who knows? Yeah, they're gone. There's no other ships spawning. Do I flip around and engage, or do I just let this ride? Let's just keep going.
The time has come.
The battle is over. We won.
I am amazed that we prevailed.
I am also amazed that we prevailed. Upgrade our ship. Honestly, I'm surprised, to say the least. Let's take a look at some of the things we can do. Okay, Sanctified Restart. Restart shields now inflicts only a -2 speed reduction and no firing range penalty. Interesting. Silent running. When approaching an enemy, the flagship shuts down non-essential systems and starts to drift unnoticed past enemy ships. As a result, most encounters larger enemy vessels are surprised and act later. I think I'm going to grab that. And I'm going to grab this one so we can get the initiative. I think it's super important. We are often at an initiative disadvantage, so I'm going to go with that. We didn't get anything else, though, I don't think. God's Bane Lance Weapon? No. Well, maybe, actually. Hang on. Medium range dorsal lance weapon dealing 32 to 40 damage. 52 to 60, that's way better. Let's grab that then. Can't use more than one, obviously. Alright. And we've cleared out the system. We can go to the Asurani vessel and actually scan all these planets. So that was all of the Rukari. I see. That's why it was such a tough fight. We don't need Blasteel. What am I doing? 20 axes, 7 guns, 7 las guns, 20 swords. That's a lot of melee weapons for a fairly advanced society. Another piece of the mechanism fragment. We can now meet with Yurliet about these artifacts. Okay. Probably going to want to do that. What's this? Anything on this meteor? Just some plasteel. So no. We have 52 plasteel. We got lots. Nothing on that world, and the last thing is the Asurani vessel. Let's do that, and we'll call it a video. We can finally say we're finished the system. The Augur crew picks up a heavily damaged Xenos void ship among the countless rock masses of the asteroid belt. An Eldari vessel, beyond a doubt. According to the Von Valencius archives, about 100 standard years ago, the Imperial Navy set up a barrier in the system against pirates and the enemies of humanity. Countless primed mines are still scattered among the rest of the wreckage. The Voxmaster manages to tune the ship's systems to an unconventional frequency, and the bridge suddenly fills with chime-like Xenos voices. Drawn out and mournful, they sing in an unknown tongue, but every officer on the bridge can sense that this is a dirge. Answering the call, Yurliet jumps to the cogitators, startling the officers on the bridge with her sudden jolt. In the hopes of understanding the monkey technology and figuring out how to help her kin, the Eldari runs in circles around blinking vid screens, but the mysteries of the machine god elude the Xenos. Then she turns to the Lord Captain powerless. Yurliet is asking the Atlantic to help her kin, who have found themselves trapped in a snare of fate. The Eldari are enervated and weak, and their song is a cry of despair, a cry that is fading. You know what, let's go try it out. The logistics officers led by Master Helmsman Ravor are ordered to plot a course for the rescue shuttle from the Dynasty's flagship to the Xenos ship and back. Now all the crew can hope is that the calculations are correct and the veteran officer's experience has not let them down. The Lord Captain orders the servants of the machine cult to prepare a plan for clearing the minefield without harming the Xenos ship. After several hours on the ship's clock, the servants of the Omnissiah present a plan for the neutralization of the ancient mines. The success of the operation is assessed as extremely probable. Establish communications with the Eldari. The Xenos do not respond to incoming signals. After several attempts, the frequency tuned by the Voxmaster gets lost and the mournful song fades away. Clear the path of the vessel, detonate the mines indicated by the tech priests. On the Lord Captain's command, the ship's cannons fire several powerful salvos. As soon as the shots reach the mark, a cascade of soundless explosions erupts within the asteroid field and spirals around the Eldari vessel. Once the explosions quiet down and the shards of asteroids, space debris, and void mines dissolve into the darkness of the void, a rescue team sets off towards the miraculously intact void ship. However, when the shuttle reaches the Xeno ship, the rescue team report catches the bridge crew off guard. The vessel's starboard side has been breached by the macro weapons of an unknown Imperial void ship. There are no survivors. Shielding her eyes, Irliet closes them and clutches the spirit stone at her breast. Coming to, the Eldari does not speak for a time. With notes of sadness in her voice, carefully picking her words, she can see that the Atlantic did all they could to save her kin, and yet it is the monkey who are responsible for the loss of the Eldari void ship. Saddened by the pain and hatred that humans have wrought upon her kind, she quietly leaves the bridge. Sometimes it's simply impossible to outrun faith. We got Wraithbone blade fragments and an Eldari chainsword. Nice. Alright, I guess we're out. And that's going to be the end of our video. We also have to go to Dargonis to deal with an event. We'll deal with that, and then we'll try and... You know what, let's jump to here first really, really fast. We're going to ignore any fluff text. That's fine, we left the Imperium. I just want to see if there's a path that we can get to this place from. No. It comes from here, though. Okay, so we go back down to Dargonis, up here, over here, and then up to Alice Reach. Okay. Easy enough. I'll do the warp traveling between videos, but for now I'll leave you here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments... Actually, you know what? Let's just jump it and see what Dargonis wants really quickly. Oh, never mind. I have to kill this thing first. I'll just deal with this. In the next video, we'll deal with Dargonis, and we will go to the other system. Like always, suggestions and comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Take care.